Good morning, good morning, good morning, beautiful people. Rise and shine, y'all. Rise and shine. It's another Monday. Can you believe it? It's another Monday. Not only is another Monday, it's the last Monday of this month. Yeah, it's the last Monday of this month. And now you got to tell yourself, hey, listen, I got to get everything I can out of October because October 2023 is about to be over. Okay, I need God to deliver me. I need God to help me. I need to get some things done that needs to be done in October. I'm going to show up strong and I'm going to fight what the enemy is trying to bring upon me that will cause me to lose out on what can be done this month. Good morning to each and every one of you. Thank you for joining me. Oh my Lord, I can't wait to get in October. But before we get in October, we got to finish September. I'm about to finish September strong. Can I get about 5 of you to declare that this morning? I'm about to finish September strong. You got to get that up. You got to get that in your spirit. You got to get that in your spirit. Thank you so much, Miss Jocelyn. Yesterday we were talking and you mentioned that these morning sessions, they're like the early morning coffee that gives you the boost. Come on, it's that early morning coffee. Miss Cynthia, I love how you've encouraged me, man. You don't know. I appreciate your encouragement. Now, listen, guys. Listen. We're about to do the Effective Living Cruise, and I get the opportunity to hang out with my brother. Oh man, Kendrick, you don't know how much I'm looking forward to us spending some time. And listen, Kendrick, bring your journal. Okay, bring your journal, bring your Effective Living book. We're gonna sit down and dissect this thing and set ourselves up so that we can finish the fourth quarter strong. Come on. How many of you can say, I'm finishing the fourth quarter strong? Here's the deal. Somebody's going to finish the fourth quarter strong. Why not me? Somebody's going to be a game changer. Why not me? And so I want to give a shout out to 2 people that's new to our community. And I don't know if they're joining us this morning already, but my good friend and brother joined our community. He'll be plugging in a lot in the weeks and months to come. The one and only Herb Ford. Yeah, everybody give it up for Herb. Pastor Herb Ford. Ford is a brother, and he's been a part of All Things Effective Living for a while, but he just dived in a little bit closer to be able to work on some things in this fourth quarter. And so welcome Herb Ford to our Effective Living morning sessions. And then we have another young lady, Brittany. Welcome to Effective Living. She has decided too that she want to be a part of this community and connect with purpose, maximize potential, and be all that God's created her to be. The goal is, guys, nothing missing, lacking, or broken. When we get up in the mornings, you want to get up with determination. When you go to bed at night, you want to go to bed with satisfaction. So welcome, Brittany, to Effective Living. Brittany, you're on your way to becoming an Effective Living ambassador. Listen, creating a life you don't need to take a vacation from. It's not a slogan. It's a commitment. Okay? It's not a slogan. It's a commitment. This week, I want to dive into a talk that I feel is very necessary, one that needs to be looked into. Now, there are a lot of things in my study. I asked some people, I did some research, and I discovered there are a lot of things nobody tells us. It's like you got to discover them for yourself. And if you do discover them, eventually, it's sort of like late. These are the things that sometimes you discover them late, and boy, you wish you had discovered them earlier. Let me let you know something that I wish someone had told me early on. The most important things in life, society is not automatically teaching you. The most important things in life, society is not automatically teaching you. You're going to have to seek. You're going to have to knock. You're going to have to ask. You're going to have to be hungry. You're going to have to be curious. You're going to have to tell yourself something's wrong with this picture. For generations, my family may have been limited from living life in the 1%. For generations, you might have been in a community that's living below the potential that each person you've seen over the years, they've had great potential. They could have done amazing things, but unfortunately, they lived below their potential. I am committed to living life effectively. I'm committed to maximizing my potential. That's the reason why you're here. And when you get up Monday through Friday, Coach Ricardo Miller is always going to be here, and I'm going to be pushing you. I'm going to be challenging you. I'm going to be reminding you that you are responsible for doing the work to become the person that you were destined to be. But at the end of the day, when you look in the mirror, at the end of the day, when you look at your life, you need to be proud of who you are and who you're becoming. Let me say that again. When you look in the mirror and you look at your life, you need to be proud of who you are and who you're becoming. I'm becoming. Every day I'm working on me. Come on, Jamal. Are you with me? I'm becoming. Hey, listen. Lynette, I'm becoming every day. I'm becoming. Miss Phyllis, I'm becoming. I'm reminding myself, greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. I'm not settling. As long as there's life in my body and I've been given another day, I've been given another week, I'm going to work it until I make it. Come on, write that down. I'm going to work it until I make it. So go ahead and write that in your journal, write it in the comment section, whatever you need to do. Please don't miss this week. Please don't miss this week. And make sure you pick what's for you. Whatever the Spirit of God speaks to you, grab a hold of it and work it. Work it into your life. Remind yourself that it is the principles of life that governs life at its highest level. When you discover the principles take you to new levels. When you discover the principles give you the ability to break cycles, break generational curses, break strongholds. I'm on a mission to become who I've never been before. I am on a mission to go where I've never been before. But that's going to demand that I embrace certain truths. The truth will set you free. So this week, we're going to talk about something. I want to talk about this whole idea of what nobody tells you about life. That's what this week's series is about. What nobody tells you about life. And you've got to now decide. You've got to now decide to do the work to discover. And maybe some of what I'm telling you, you would have discovered, but it almost was like you discovered it for yourself. And a lot of people, they discovered it either late or they're still now just discovering it. Number one, day one, we're teaching what nobody tells you about life. Today, I want to give attention to the fact that very few, if any, tells you that everyone is different. Everyone is different. That is the message I want you to take away today. Everyone is different. Ooh, if you can understand that, so your life path will never be the same as anyone. Your life path will never be the same as anyone. If you can get it in your spirit, if you can get it in your head, if you can get it in how you show up on a daily basis, you will be so much freer than what you've been, because the element of comparison, trying to align ourselves up with what everybody else is doing, is causing most of us not to have a life we don't need to take a vacation from. Most of us don't like who we are and we don't like where we're going. We don't like what we've been about. But that's oftentimes because we're living other people's lives. That we're living other people's lives. And comparison has gotten us by the throat. And so many of us, rather than pursue the self-discovery, we're in pursuit of keeping up with the Joneses. We're trying to compete. We're trying to compete. So what people say Where people say, I have the same shoes he has. I bought a car just like her. And oh my God, her and I are just alike. Well, the truth is, nobody is alike. All of us are different. Everyone is different. When you get to understand that, it's okay not to like what other people don't like. It's okay to disagree and not be about what everybody else is about. You are different. I am different. And I'm learning to like that. I'm learning to accept that. Now, what I found is most people may repeat that they have heard that, but they haven't embraced that. Okay, most people may repeat that because they have heard that, but they haven't embraced that. When you embrace that, you understand you don't have to upgrade your house because other people are upgrading their house. You don't have to go back to school because everybody else is going back to school. You don't have to do what they're doing on the weekends. You don't have to do what they're doing in the committee. You don't have to do what they're doing in the neighborhood. You are different. And different is amazing. When you learn to accept your difference, your value goes up. Let me say that again. When you learn to accept your difference, your value goes up. We have a society of clones. We have a society of clones. I can remember early on, I wanted to speak like others. I wanted to dress like others. Come on, man. I was just all caught up in what can I copy? What can I copy? Not understanding the original is always the more valuable one. The copy is never as valued as the original. Being an original is okay. Being an original is okay, but it takes courage to be an original in a world full of copies. It takes courage to be an original in a world full of copies. And I'm here today to tell you this week, I'm starting off day one with the whole concept of you got to learn how to embrace your difference. The size of my head is different. The size of my hand is different. The size of my feet is different. My accent is different. My facial demeanor is different. Hello, somebody. Listen, man, how I write is different. How I think is different. How I view things is different. Now, here's the deal. I have to learn how to work along with society in their differences. But in the midst of working with society in their differences, you better learn how not to lose your authenticity. You got to learn how not to lose and water down who you are at your core. I'm in pursuit of discovering me. And in my pursuit to discover me, I can learn how to get along with everyone else, but I don't have to be everyone else. That's a word for somebody. Listen, in me, discovering me, I can learn how to get along with everyone else, but I don't have to be everyone else. I can respect you, admire you, do life with you, and I can choose to still be me. Now, here's what I found when it comes to us accepting that everyone is different. Some people have a problem when you discover yourself enough to know how to disagree, know how to not get along, know how to change your mind, know how to change direction, choosing completely different than everyone else. As a matter of fact, how many of you grew up in environments, you were sitting at tables, you were a part of committees, you were a part of groups, and when you did something, you always got to be different. Why you always got to be different? And when they said different, they were actually saying difficult. They were trying to label you as difficult because you were okay not going along. I'm teaching better than some of y'all are. Come on, putting notes in the chat. So here's the deal. There is no prototype. There is no cookie cutter. There is no how-to book. We all come into this world unoriginal. We all came in an original. Now, most of us, we ended up in environments that made us a copy. We went into environments that made us a copy. So most of us, when we go into environments, the first thing we do is we start feeling bad. How many of y'all ever heard people, I feel bad, I'm not dressed up. I feel bad that I have salt and pepper beard. I feel bad, I'm at this age, I'm in this room with these young people. I feel so bad that I'm so young and I'm in this room with old people. I feel so bad that I don't have the money what these people have. I feel so bad that I don't have the promotion that this people. Why are you feeling bad when you are responsible? You are responsible for creating the life that you're pleased with. So how you live, wherever you are, wherever you find yourself at this junction in life, learn how to own it. Learn how to own your life. Learn how to make the adjustments in your life in proportion to who you are. I'm not trying to be anybody else. I understand it's okay to be different. And the more I understand me, guess what? The more God will be glorified through me. The more I understand me, the more God will be glorified through me. I understand that I'm in a world filled with copies. And I understand that originals oftentimes get criticized. I understand that originals oftentimes get scrutinized. But I am comfortable after discovering that I was living life wrong for a long time and knowing that the clock was ticking. The clock was ticking, and that it's just a matter of time before Ricardo goes home to glory. It's just a matter of time before I die and leave this world. And here's the deal. I am responsible for doing right with the time that I've been given. You are responsible for doing right with the time that you have been given. You know, I'm not comparing myself with anybody. I am in a lane all by myself. And here's the deal. I'm going to write the vision, discover what I'm about. You should be writing the vision, discovering what you're about, and then every day you're working on becoming the best version of yourself. Discover. Somebody say, I thought you would have upgraded your house by now. I thought you would have gotten a degree by now. I thought you would have done this by now. I thought you would have done that by now. Well, here's the deal. You could thought all you want. You need to ask me, hey, what are you about, brother? Where are you going? What is it that your heart bleeds for? What is your passion? What is your commitment? And when you discover that, then leave me alone as I pursue the will of God for my life. Everybody needs to find their place and work it until they make it. Everybody has a place. Just as everybody is different, when we find our difference, embrace our difference, we bring more value to the world. Every time we find our place, okay, stay in our lane and commit to maximizing that, we bring more value to the world. So remember this, don't compare yourself with others. Why not compare yourself with others, coach? Because here's the deal, you can learn from others, but you should never want to be them. You know, you can learn from others, but you should never want to be them. The truth is, what I discovered, I've worked enough with some amazing people, and I discovered everybody got something going on that you don't want. Whew. Let me say that again. Everybody has something going on that you don't want. And so you just got to know, here's the deal. Everyone's journey is different. And I can bear the cross to which God has placed for me to bear. But there are a lot of people, should they be challenged with the cross that I bear, they would have been broken. They would have lost their minds. They would have thrown in the towel. They would have taken their lives. But I'm built for what God has placed in front of me. I'm built to handle all that God desired for me to deal with in this lifetime. I'm built to handle it. What I'm not built to handle is your cross. What I'm not built to handle is your pain. What I'm not built to handle, you're built for your pain. You're built for your cross. You're built for your journey. I'm built for my journey. Now I have to discover my journey, because it is in my journey I will flourish the most. It is in my journey that I've been created for. And in my journey, I will survive, thrive, and do all that I need to do to the glory and honor of God. Here's what I want you to know in closing. Your current chapter is not the same as another person's chapter. There is no need for comparison. Now, some of us going to need deliverance from it, because I wish someone had told us that comparison devil from in elementary school, middle school, high school, and college, when you got engaged, when you got your job, when you bought a car, when you bought your first ring, when you bought your first chain, when you got your shoes, when you got your outfit. Comparison was all along. When you open a magazine, it's comparison. When you watch TV, it's comparison. When you go to a friend's house, there's comparison. May we all be delivered from the spirit of comparison. It feels good to be me in this season, because this is what I'm learning. I'm learning to live what I teach on a daily basis. I'm learning to discover the truth when I hear other teach. When I hear other people teaching, I extract what's for me and start working it into my life. But that comparison, no need to compare. Now, here's the deal. The struggle is some of us have comparison as a stronghold. Comparison is a stronghold. So what has happened is you went back and got a degree and you never even used the first 2 degrees. You went ahead and upgraded the house and could have barely afford the first house. You went ahead and decided to enroll when everybody else had. You just got to know, hey, listen, in this season of my life, it's me versus me. The decisions I make henceforth is not about anybody else. Let's all declare that. Every single one of you that's listening to me today. The decisions I'm making henceforth is not about anybody else. It's about me. The decisions I'm making henceforth, from this day forward, the decisions I'm making is about me. What's best for me? What will cause God to be glorified through me? I am not living a life of comparison. I'm not looking at my siblings. I'm not looking at my neighbors. I'm not looking at my co-workers. Listen, man, I am not looking at those on television or those on social media. I'm looking within, and I'm asking myself, what about me that I need to be working on that will help me to be a better version of me, financially, socially, spiritually? Come on, man. Come on. I want to be all that I can be so God can be glorified. When you look at faith, family, finance, fitness, and fun, how are you doing for you? Do you like what you're about? Stick with this community, because we going somewhere. Together, we're going to embrace the whole concept of nothing missing, lacking, or broken. Listen, guys, this morning I'm going over to DeSoto High School. I'm going to be praying with some young people. I like showing up at the school. I like showing up at the city. I like showing up at church. I like showing up at my friend's house. I like showing up at the party. I like showing up, because one day I'm not going to be able to show up anymore. But while there's life in my body, I'm choosing to live life to the fullest. I dread nothing that I have to do henceforth. I'm creating a life where I like doing what I do. Somebody said, I get tired of watching you. That's how much you're doing. Well, don't watch me. Watch you. Study you. Don't study me. Study you. The secret to living life at the next level is not in me. The secret to living life to the next level is discovering in you what you should have discovered, and then start working it so that you can make it. So watch this. Some of your friends will be entrepreneurs, engineers, teachers, professors, and lawyers and pastors. And a lot of your friends are going to be a lot of things. The question is who are you going to be? in this next season of your life, who are you committed to being? Who are you? Are you okay with you? Do you know how many people are not okay with themselves? Oh, I feel this morning. Am I helping anybody? Am I helping anybody? Listen, I'm feeling this. You cannot follow in anyone's footstep because you're not them and they will never be you. And it's not easy. Don't try to follow someone else's footsteps. Try to discover where you should be going with your feet. Where is it that I should be going in this next season of my life? So that when I die, when my day come to an end, I can look back over my life and says, it is finished. I fought a good fight. I've given my best to becoming the best version of myself. Okay? So watch this. You have to figure out your own path. You have to figure out your own path because everybody's different. If you decide to live your career for your parents, you're going to be disappointed. If you decide to upgrade your home because of some kinfolks, you're going to be miserable and frustrated over time. If you go ahead and do anything for external reasons and it's not an inward desire that is yearning for more because it's the desires of your heart, you're going to be making another mistake. I just helped somebody save a lot of money just now. I just helped somebody to save themselves from another level of frustration. Are you not tired? How many of you have looked at your life and you say, I'm tired of losing. I'm tired of going around the same circles. As we embark on this last week in September, I want you to go into October strong and mighty and very precise, very focused, very aligned. All of my one-on-one coaching clients this week, we're going to dive in because guess what? I'm believing God that every single one of us, we're going to like who we are at the end of the year. We're going to like how and what God is doing in our lives to take us to the next phases of our lives. Here's the deal. You got to decide to show up every day to discover who you are and then commit to unlearning what you should have never learned. You've spent your entire life copying. You've spent your entire life trying to align yourself with how everybody else is doing life. Now it's time to discover you. And here's what that's going to demand. When you start discovering you, the people who are around you, who are accustomed to you settling in and fitting in like how they wanted you to settle in and fit in, is going to start having a problem with you. You got to learn how to grow some backbone and be okay with some people not being okay with you. Because as long as it's the better you, as long as it's being aligned with who you are and what God is saying for you to go to the next level, you got to be okay. Like David standing up and saying, I can fight Goliath. But David's brother is saying, why aren't you taking care of those sheep? Why are you here? I'm here today to tell you, you will have to get past yourself and go where you've never gone before. Stand up to some people and maybe even stand up to yourself because you've settled for too long. This week, we're going to dive into the whole idea, what nobody has been telling us, what we should have discovered a long time ago. And I believe, oh my God, I believe that all of us need to accept it's okay to be different. I'm different. And comparison doesn't have any hold on me. How many of you can say that you're working on it? Comparison doesn't have any hold on me. Have a great day. I'll see you all here tomorrow, same time, same place. We're going to do this together. It's a journey, y'all. Effective living. God bless you.